Oh, la la
Hello.
la.
Hello
I
there.
am a Shuri. Oh, well, let me introduce everyone. So, and this is our second Shu and A, where we are interviewing a raccoon.
It is I, your neighborhood errand demon lord electric raccoon at your service.
So, before we begin, let's introduce people really quick. We got a monkey.
Hi, hi, monkey des.
We have a mouse.
Hi, I'm a slime from the moon, I think.
You think?
We have a Mashichu.
Hi, I'm Ashish Kundurin and young Connor YouTuber. At least I know where I come from.
Hey.
We have a raven.
Hello, I'm Raven Citymeyer. I'm a labyrinthian fairy. My origins are... Well, that's a secret.
And
Everything
it
looks
is a
now.
J of the J.
Hi, name's JJ and Crimson Shark. I have more things to talk, but that'll be a surprise for another time.
Alright, so just to recap the rules, it's gonna be for an hour. Everyone's gonna have a chance to ask a question, and I'm also gonna be throwing in some rotated questions in the mix that my honey has gotten from Twitter. So, before we do that though, we should probably have our raccoon demon lord introduce themselves.
Hello, I am Aisan. I already introduced myself. I am a electric demon lord raccoon PNG tuber. I was raised in the woods and rode off to better pastures, like here, and I am here to answer all your questions that you need answered.
All right, and to go off of their slide, they are them. They are electric. They are a cute fembo. They are indeed my SSR. And they like mushrooms, Japanese food, culture, and media, and adventuring. And they dislike politics, conflict, and unreasonably spicy shit.
You had to put it like that.
The enunciation, though.
Hey, what kind
You
of
can put
spicy stuff?
unreasonably spicy shit.
Oh.
So, let's see. Let's go. Let's get this in order there. Starting with me. And this is one thing I've been curious about for a while. Why are you
Okay.
wearing a shuriken on your coat?
You ever played Super Mario and the Luigi Partners in Time and you equipped a badge?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
There you go, there's your answer.
Oh, it's a badge! What kind of badge is it really quick?
Nothing really. It doesn't do anything.
So
We're aesthetic.
so it's just a shuriken badge. Okay, that explains a lot then. All right.
Purely aesthetic.
Monkey, do you have any questions?
It should be in the audience row. No, she doesn't.
All
Doesn't have
right.
questions.
Well, I guess, Sene, do you have a question you'd like to ask yourself?
No, because this seems weird to do that.
Surely, I don't think this is how it works.
Any questions you want to ask yourself? Like myself,
Persona 4.
how I am?
No, but maybe a resident alchemist might ask me a question. Hello, Mia.
Hey,
Are we putting
hi, Mia.
together debut stuff, Horizon?
We're
Yeah, you can
doing
ask me
a
any question
series
you
of
want.
Yep, we're doing a series of Q&As on everybody that's in the streams. Like, I've already done one, and now it's Sene's turn. All right, so, Mao, what's your question?
What would you say is the biggest inspirations for your design?
Biggest inspiration, obviously. Okay, I brought this up previously, but the biggest inspiration behind my design was from a little show known as Kimono Friends with a particular tomboy character known as Common Raccoon, or Arai-san Narada.
Hey. And
Ah.
She's just cute. Like I just really like her a lot. She was
She's cute.
primarily the basis behind the inspiration of my design and the inspiration of myself as a whole.
Ah, you are a cute raccoon.
Anyway,
Oh, wow.
Cutest raccoon of all.
Okay, Maui, what is your question?
Hmm. I have two questions, but I'm going with this one for now. How do you meet Shuri?
how did you meet? Okay. Well, so picture this. I found like a still tower one evening. I thought there'd be something cool in there, so I climbed that tower and broke inside, and she nearly killed me the first time I stepped inside. But then I just told her, no, don't do that, and we just sat down, talked it out, and yeah, that's how we met.
Yep.
Nice.
And then
That's so romantic.
they came back, and eventually they got their own room, and here they are.
Me?
All right. So, Mia, what is your question?
Yes, I do have a question.
Shoot.
How would you solve the trolley problem?
How do I solve the trolley problem? Well, it depends on what kind of problem we're faced with here.
You don't know what
Perhaps I need to be more detailed.
Yeah.
Okay, so so there's a runaway trolley barreling down the railway tracks. Ahead on the tracks, there are 5 people tied up and unable to move. The trolley is headed straight for them. You are standing some distance off in the train yard, next to a lever. If you pull this lever, the trolley will switch to a different set of tracks. However, you notice that there is one person on the side track. You have only two options. One, do nothing, in case the trolley will kill the 5 people on the main track, or 2, pull the lever, diverting the trolley onto the side track where it will kill one person. And so I ask you, which is the more ethical option, or simply, what is the right thing to do?
Huh. Well, you were talking to a sister here. I would pull the lever first, and then I would run over to that other person, save them before the trolley collides with that person. Everybody is safe.
You only had 2 options, though.
Yeah, and that was both of my options. So
That's
there.
cheating. That's cheating.
You did not accurately answer the question, honey.
I answered the correct question incorrectly.
I mean,
That
in their
was
defense, in Arai's
question of whether
defense, it's
you,
probably
like-
the only way they know how to resolve that trolley problem. Even
I
if they
mean-
don't have to, even if they do have to choose both ways, it's the only way they know how.
Everyone deserves a shot at life. I mean everyone. Well, not everyone,
Well,
but you know.
All
Well, ain't
right.
you the most benevolent demon Lord Raccoon?
Okay, so, Raven, what is your question?
Yes. I had it. Hold on. My ADHD fairy brain is failing me. Oh, one of your interests is Japanese culture, and I'm curious, what is your favorite thing about Japanese culture?
Urban legends. My favorite thing about Japanese culture are the urban legends foretold in like folklore and such. Like there's a yokai and spirit for everything. Like you got Lickitung, you got Teke, you got those really cool looking dolls that you have at shrine.
Sorry,
There are a lot more Japanese culture stuff that I am obsessed with, but so far urban legends
Urban legends are
what
fun.
piqued my interest the most about it.
They're definitely fun. I'll say that.
All right, so, next is a JJ.
All right. So this is a question that I've been been wondering probably long before since the Q&A. Alright. Would you say what's your biggest inspiration for wanting to become a VTuber, PNG tuber, or at least the moment that you decided, yeah, VTubing is cool, I want to do that?
Okay, short answer, Shuri. Long answer, it's I just been seeing like my friends do this sort of thing, and I wasn't feeling like very confident. Like I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it or not. But Shuri was like, "Sene tuber," and here I am.
I remember
That's
that.
just that's just so
That was
adorable.
around Pathologic too, where where Sene was like, "Oh, I'm going to VTube," and I was like, "Sene tuber," and then Sene said no, and then I was angry at them. Sene tuber, and so Sene
Yes, I
became
call
a
that.
tuber.
It was a running joke. I remember it. It was so funny. But
Well,
who knew that funny thing will eventually become real? And I'm really happy about that. Really,
uh,
I'm happy that that you were able that because of Shuri you were able to become a PNG tuber.
same.
Ah, all
Well,
right. So
Right. Sorry, here I am.
we are now
uh,
going. Oh, I'm
oh,
sorry.
oh, there's one more question. Sakura was wondering what your favorite urban legend was
Favorite
from
urban
Japanese
legend was.
folklore.
Oh, that's a toughie. If I were to like say which is my most favorite to learn about the most, my most favorite one of all,
Hmm.
one man hide and seek, which which isn't much of an urban legend, more like a creepy ritual, but it's both scary sounding but cool sounding at the same time.
All right. So next, we're going to go read some questions that people have sent Sene. All right.
Alright,
So,
alright, I already have him. I actually have him right here.
all
I did
right.
say I did say I would give them a shout out. So here we go. This is from Whitby. Woo. What does the raccoon drink? Energy drink? Um, I used to in high school, but nowadays not so much because it these energy drinks can really fuck up with your heart and all. It raises your blood pressure and that kind of stuff isn't for me, unfortunately. So, the, sorry about it. If you're wondering about what brand of energy drink I used to drink, our high school vending machines used to sell something called Steves, which are like these naturally made energy drinks. They tasted a lot like watered down Red Bull.
Oh my
Hmm.
God, that's funny.
Watered down Red
Wow.
Bull.
Watered
Um,
down
All
Red
right,
Bull.
all
all right.
right. So my other question is, why a raccoon?
Why a raccoon? Why a raccoon indeed? That's a very good question indeed. Why?
We suppose you know the answer.
Hmm.
Like, I'm just curious. Like, why'd you choose a raccoon?
Once again, once again, all because of what I've done.
Ah.
Hmm.
That's my
I
answer.
guess that makes sense. That
All right,
well, that does make sense.
all right. This one is from High Octane Wildebeest, aka Threadbare. What is the most obscure game that you are a fan of? That is easy. Crystalist on the NES. It, I like it a lot more than A Link to the Past, purely because it just feels a lot more looser to play, a bit more cryptic than A Link to the Past. But unlike Link of the Past, you get to level up, which is really cool. And you get to beat down like like just beating the shit out of everything you see is how you solve your problem in that game. I highly recommend Crystallis. You can get that game on the SNK 40th anniversary that you can buy on Steam. Hashtag not sponsored at all. This really isn't sponsored. I'm just recommending this game to you.
London sponsor take it as for Christmas.
All right.
Not sponsored, just really enjoy it.
So,
Okay,
Monkey, do you have any questions?
I don't think she still has a question.
All
no.
right. Now, what's your next question?
What's your most favorite meal? I've always been curious about that.
Most favorite meal. My most favorite meal. Like in general or
In general, like, what's your absolute like favorite that you that you could probably eat like anytime?
anytime. Let's see. Minestrone.
Minestrone. Yep, I knew it. I always see you eating minestrone, honey. So I had a feeling it was your favorite.
I thought it was Dongo.
Well, it is Dongo, but like,
The dongo.
do you know how much Dongo costs to get?
I'm unsure.
No, I don't.
For a single pack, costs $4.
That's not horrible, but yeah.
It doesn't sound horrible, but
That's not bad.
if you're like me and you live in an economy where everything is becoming more pricey, then yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, honey, next viewer question.
This is from Cosmic Rake, aka Lady Rapture. What is your lore? In the interest of time, I will give you an abridged version of it. Okay, so picture this. You see a car on the cliff, the car hit a bump, and then a baby flew out, rolled to the mud, and cracked their skull on it against a tree. Cool looking vampire dude comes to pick up that baby. They go to the Force of Illusion from Super Mario World, where they are born and raised. They they take their child to a cave that looked like a cave full of pop rock. Dumb baby bites into pop rock, becomes electric, and then fast forward a couple years later, essentially Machna Malo from Monster Hunter Rise comes in and says, "I'm gonna mess all of you up," and then grown raccoon challenges Machna Malo and goes, "You're dumb," and proceeds to like beat the shit out of it, and then Machna Malo goes, "Oh, you killed me," and I'm like, "Good," and then its soul, I think, escapes. I raccoon grabs soul, has a seizure from collecting it, and becomes a demon lord. That is the abridged version of my lore.
So
Did it taste like anything though?
Okay, hi Hawk.
Hi.
How
Do you have a question? Do you have a question for me?
Not really.
Okay, I'll be
Okay.
next.
So next one is Mashichu. Do you have a question?
Oh yeah, like the one I had before, the other one. So when did you realize you were bi/non-binary?
When did I realize? Okay, those two I can easily answer. When I realized I was bi, Rimuru Tempest. That's the first
course.
answer. Second
Understandable.
answer, I realized I was non-binary during that one Among Us collab with your previous PNG mother, Mayroon. Yeah, Mayroon.
Oh,
Where,
that
where she called
collab.
where she called me, where she referred to me as she, and I was a male at the time, and when I was called a she, it just it gave me a lot to think about more about myself and wonder like if it's all is it all right? Is it all is it really all right? And then fast forward like about a few months later, and I've decided that I don't want to like conform to any society of gender. But I'm just gonna say I am me. I want to
Huh.
conform to however I want, and what I want is to wear tights and cute stuff too.
I
Oh,
guess you
Uh-uh.
could say. I guess you could say you are all of me.
All of me. So if
I didn't.
so, May, so Mayroon, if you're watching this, thank you. Thank
I
you
didn't
for
realize.
helping me realize who I am.
I didn't realize that collab would end up being so influential.
Yeah.
Yeah, did a lot. That Among Us collab would say it set the stone for a lot of things that would happen later down in the year.
Somehow.
All right. So, next viewer question.
Hey, since I already pretty much asked Azuri's question, shout out to him by the way. I will ask the other question from Dr. Toto Heck. Pancakes or waffles? Pancakes easily. The pancakes are like syrup
Like,
sponges that like soak up and get all the flavor.
That's
They're
true.
all really
That's
yummy.
true.
that's valid.
All
I like
right.
to think.
Waffles can go to hell. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know
Waffles can
about
be
I,
that.
waffles can be good too. The syrup can pool in them, and it gets yummy.
They come out burnt. They come out
Only
crazy
if
and
you
But the
crunchy and
don't.
shit.
crunch.
Only if you
I
don't
mean,
know how to cook them.
Then like cook it slower at a lower power. Like cook it for
yeah,
longer at a
yeah.
lower power.
I don't like the texture of waffles either.
that's fair.
That's fair.
And that's
It's
fair.
very hard to please. It's
That's
very
fair.
hard to please somebody who doesn't like waffles.
Oh my god.
That's true.
All right, Mia. Next question.
Hmm. Good question. What is the next question? Let me think. Why a raccoon?
I already asked that.
I,
You
Why a
already asked this.
raccoon?
This is what happens when I arrive. This is what happens when I arrive late.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Well,
okay. Well, actually, maybe like I'll sort of like rephrase that as a different question.
Okay.
You settled on raccoon, but did you have anything else in mind before that?
Anything else before that? Well, before that, I would have been like some sort of like s- snake Medusa person. No, like in Kagero Project with Azami, where she has like those hexagonal scales on her cheek.
Ah,
That's what I would have
Snakes.
originally been like.
Ooh.
That's what I would have originally been like, had it not been for Adai Sun.
Sneaky.
Snake.
Like Sene, except sneaky.
It's
Snake.
just saying snake
Okay.
gay.
No, sneaky. But yeah, that
Snake
does.
gay.
Snake Rye.
Not fully enacted, maybe.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Snarai.
it's all right.
All right. So next audience question, honey.
Okay, this is from Pollen Blonde Matora, or Blani as we like to call him. What would you say inspires your creativity? Lots of manga and playing Project Diva nonstop. That's how I get my creativity these days.
Ah,
Although I wish I played a bunch more. Although I wish I did play a lot more Project Diva. Like I do have plans for like attempting to hook up my PS3 to Stargazer. I mean, I do have a PSD capture card, but we'll see.
all right. Raven, your question.
Well, my second question was going to be what your favorite anime is, but I figure it's Kimono Friends. All things
No, no,
considered.
no, 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 no. I can actually
Oh.
answer that. I can actually answer you that one.
Oh, okay.
My favorite one, The
Mhm.
Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady. It is peak fiction. It is the
Oh.
greatest thing ever to grace humanity, and nobody has talked about it. It's about
Oh fuck
it's about a
yeah.
princess who is who is gay, and then you have this noble lady who is shy and recluse. The gay lady comes in, crashes the wedding, and is like, I'm see this woman, I'm gonna date her. Well, they don't exactly like date until much later. There's a bunch of other stuff I do want to talk about it that I don't want to really want to spoil because I do recommend watching the anime or reading the manga or whatever because again, it is peak fiction. I do recommend it a lot. It is it is it is based.
I will for
I
sure
guess
add it to my list.
Oh,
I,
you
I
are
guess the other
absolutely based.
I guess the other two favorites I can say are like Kemono Friends, like Raven mentioned, and the other third is Machikara Masaku.
Ooh.
I
That
really
one's
love that
Right.
good.
show a lot.
I have let me just say, Alright is hella based for choosing Maji Revel as their favorite anime. I watched it too. It is super good, and I also highly recommend watching it.
Hmm.
All right. Next
Yeah.
viewer question. Oh wait, no, we already did a viewer question.
Back to your question. No, it's alright. You do need to fill time after all. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Favorite, but this comes from Chantilly Blondes.
Oh,
Blaze
the cat.
Blondes.
Oh.
Yes, the cat. If you could go back in time, bringing with you the knowledge of one video game, so you can make it instead, which game would it be? Pokemon Sword and Shield. I feel like that game. I really like that game. But I do feel like that game deserved a bit more time in the oven, as it also would have been like the kind of game that like the kind of game that can satisfy a bunch of Pokemon fans' expectations about it, like overhauling the graphics and textures would be one thing. I also like making it like making the battle system more like Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I think is the most perfectly balanced Pokemon game ever made. And yeah, just wish Pokemon Sword and Shield had more time in the oven.
Yeah.
All right. Gigi, what's your question?
Wait, I think before that, Sakura asked for a second question, and I'll try to answer for her so that she doesn't get ignored. She asked if she could have one superpower IRL, what would it be?
Hmm. Power or your
Teleportation. That's a good one.
teleports behind you.
Nothing personal, kid.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Nani?
All right. So, okay, the next viewer question.
What's your question? This is from let's see. Ariel Haymarket. If money and time wasn't an issue, what specialty or topic would you pursue as a streamer? That is a very good question. If money and time weren't really a factor into the whole thing, I would definitely spend most of that money on like buying any retro console I can get in order to stream games that have trouble with like emulation. And that's for like, well, I guess one specialty topic is like with those consoles and those games, I would like to like play them and like do like a bit of a retrospective on each of those games. Like maybe even streaming for 24 hours or 23 hours. I'm not insane to do that. It's just like a call it a pipe dream if you will.
All right. So, let's see. What's another question I have for? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Gigi didn't have.
Wait,
Gigi didn't have the question. Gigi, what question do you have?
Alright. So I have like a real good question, and it's a follow-up to a question one of y'all. It's a follow-up to a question you guys had about Arai. Why a demon lord? For
Oh
fun?
God.
Why a demon lord? This relates back to Machikara Masaku, where you have Shamiko, who wakes up as a demon, then she's meeting Momo, who is the magical girl, and sure, you're the magical girl, and I, the demon lord. Can you not make the connection here?
Ah.
Oh, that's
Uh,
kind of cute.
I kinda
I say
can.
that makes sense.
That's kind
Yeah,
of
that
cute.
definitely makes sense. Is it fun being a demon lord?
Yeah, it's fun. You don't get to worry about dying that much.
I guess that's a fair way to say that it's fun being a demon lord because you're immortal. Sort of.
Okay, let me check to see how we're doing. Okay, we're still doing pretty good. All right, so my next question is going to be what are some of your talents?
Some of my talents. Some of my talents. They don't qualify as talent much, but I guess cooking is one. Uh, drawing. Drawing is another thing too. I don't have my drawing pad at the moment because like college takes up most of my time. Another talent. This one isn't much of a talent either, but my right pinky is double jointed,
Ooh.
and
Oh.
what else,
Only
what else,
your right
what else, what else?
pinky or both?
Only my right pinky.
Hmm.
I guess another talent I have. Being able to remember most, if not every single sound or song that I remembered. And I do tend to bring up a lot of things that a lot of people don't usually remember. So sometimes it could be funny. The other time, yeah,
So definitely have better memory than most here.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah.
All right.
I don't even remember how old I am.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is true. Sene did ask me how old they were a couple of days ago, and I answered. So,
yeah.
Uh,
I don't know if I'm 25 or 24. This is a genuine question I have of myself.
honey,
Oh dear.
you ask yourself,
I can solve this really easily. What year were you born?
1997.
1997.
Alright, what
So,
months were you born?
October the 15th.
yeah,
Okay, there
25.
there we go.
25?
Hmm.
You see, I'm not sure if I'm 25. Do you
Well,
think
maybe
I'm turning
math.
25 this year?
Clock
right?
doesn't lie.
Would you answer your age in raccoon years?
My age in raccoon years. Technically, I should have been dead at this point.
What?
No.
Well, I
What
mean,
the fuck?
Demon Lord helps with that, I guess.
All right. That
Yeah,
was
I guess that does help.
so. Next
Today.
viewer question.
Next viewer question already. Let's see what this good old booklet has in store for us. And this one's a bit of like a heavy one to ask. From Skylarus Nightfall. We used to go to high school together. Thoughts or words of advice for those with autism looking to get into VTubing? I'm just gonna say,
Oh.
I am not the biggest, I'm not the best, like, person you should ask for this kind of thing, but if I were to, like, genuinely answer your question, I would say, like, if you're, like, nervous or you're, like, with having, like, social issues or something, it would help to do a lot of research. Either do a lot of research in, like, the library or online, maybe seeking some inspirations or answers that you want for yourself. Or if you're like close to like a certain group of friends or like family members, you can ask each family member, friend, for their opinion and what they think would be the best course of action. And the rest pretty much falls onto you. I know it seems scary, but trust me, you aren't alone. You're never alone. And someday every single other person out there who also has autism, like me, as cliche as this will sound, just get just have all the support and help that you can get, and I hope you find your flame and keep it nice and ignited.
Why am I tearing up all of a sudden? This is
Same.
such good ass advice.
Dang.
I feel like this hits a bit closer to home, but that will explain for another time.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see who's next. Hawk, do you have any questions?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Oh
Okay.
God. Sene?
Oh, there's salad at the moment.
Oh.
1 sec. I'll be right back.
Sene?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Let me see. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Not very much, because a woodchuck's body is relatively small, and it can't keep eating on forever. If it does keep eating on forever, it'll most likely die from indigestion or from constipation.
Oh my God.
Or just straight up your stomach exploding because you've eaten too much.
Oh my God, that's
The
funny.
more you know.
All right, next viewer question.
Okay, this one comes from Consider A Clear. Clarity, clear, consider A. I don't know why I put it like that. Let's see. Favorite year for Vocaloid songs? Between 2007 and 2008, I would say so. Although another year I would say for like Vocaloid songs, probably when probably when Project Diva X released. When was that? When was that again?
Good question.
Don't remember.
Let's see. I remember getting that game one Christmas ago. I'm gonna assume like 2017-ish. Yeah, those are the 3 years that are really good. But if I were to choose like the most favorite year for Vocaloid songs, definitely 2008. 2008 is full of really great stuff.
2000s in general are good, are full of really great things.
It gave us virtual insanity.
It did. Sometimes I think the like just entertainment in well, maybe not in general, maybe not overall, but like for the most part, sometimes I think that entertainment and stuff peaked in like the 2000s. There's been some good stuff
Benefits,
since, but you know.
All right. Mal, what is your question?
Let's see here. Trying to think fast. Goes.
Yeah, we're on the clock here.
How do you feel about Toho Project?
Oh, project. If you're crazy like me who and has attempted lunatic mode, it is Toho Project is the most unique Eastern kind of game you'll ever play. Like especially if you like games like Ikaruga, except there's no like light or dark mechanic. You just dodge shit for the sake of dodging shit and hope you get lucky. So, in short, you don't really win at Toho Project. You just get a little better each time.
You survive.
All right. Next viewer question.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. What is your favorite from Avio de Gente? What is your favorite song? In Name of the Sin by Hatsune Miku. I think it's a beautiful song about about a girl who was cursed by the gods, but a guy who was blind fell in love with that girl, and the gods tried to like try to stick their finger up the dude's ass and try to ruin the girl's life, but instead just made her life better, and the two of them lived happily ever after. The moral of the story: Gods are jerks. It is a really great song.
I agree.
The instrumentation is really great. The vocals, especially like for like Hatsune Miku, are just great. Great overall.
All right. Next viewer question.
Next viewer question. Next viewer question. Sorry, did I already answer that? I don't know, but I'll see. This is from Senix, or Sen, favorite puzzle game. Neopet's Puzzle Adventure on the Nintendo DS. I don't know why I like that puzzle game a lot. It was before I even knew what Reversi was. It was the most addictive game of Reversi I've ever played.
Ooh,
Does sound fun.
It really does sound
I'm
fun.
back.
All
Welcome back, Jay.
right.
Welcome back.
Back.
Next question. Mashichu.
Hmm. What are your favorite fictional characters?
Huh?
Your favorite fictional characters?
Your favorite fictional character? Let's see. I do want to keep it short in the interest of time. Let me see.
Yeah, cause we're
But
gonna keep going till the end, and then we're gonna do a final exit from you.
alrighty. Let's see. Favorite fictional character. Nezuko from Demon Slayer. What else?
Ooh.
Carol from Princess Connect Dive. Static Shock. I love Static Shock. He's my role model. And what else? I had another one. Your Briar or your Forger from Family, as I like to call it. And Elma from Dragon Maid. She's very cute. And one more. Mitsuha Yamano. Mitsuha Yamano from Saving 8,000 Gold in Another World. I think that's called. Yeah.
That's what it's called. It's from another anime.
Yeah.
It's like saving 1,000,000 gold, I think.
I think it's
Yeah.
like I think to keep it short, the story is about a girl who gets reincarnated into another world, and she decides, hey, let me save out 80,000 gold for my retirement, as it says
Yep.
in the title. Then she goes through like a bunch of hijinks and typical isekai stuff, but it's actually really interesting how to tackle it.
It's one of the more unique isekai too. I also recommend.
Yeah.
All right. So Mia, what is your question?
I'm assuming she's gone somewhere.
All right. Raven, what's your question?
Yeah, this will be the last question.
I don't think I have another question. I think that's about it.
All right, JJ, what's your question?
I think my question was that, how do I say it? What was like, you notice that like your main element is lightning. Why do you specifically chose lightning as to be your main elemental power? And what were your inspirations for other powers that you have?
Two short answers. Static Shock, as I mentioned before, because he is one of the few DC characters that I really like. I love him. He's my role model. And I guess other two, Sonic the Hedgehog and Magnamalo from Monster Hunter Rise. I think Magnamalo is a pretty cool monster.
All right. So Sene, go ahead and do a little outro thingy.
Thank you for stopping by and listening to me, Merkle Flurgle. I will be streaming more Pokemon Go on this coming Wednesday. And be sure to give everybody a follow, a shout out here in this here streamy stream. And for those I didn't get to on this Q&A, I'll answer them later on Twitter. But for now, sayonara. I'm still working on an outro.
No
Same.
That works
way.
well for now.
I will see everyone later.
Bye bye.
Later, guys.
Bye bye.